What topics should I focus on presenting at this event? ? You can focus on some of the things you can use in your marketing materials. And this, giving all of this topics are 100% something you can fill up 2 hours with. And you can do this with any niche that you want. Who am I? My name is Ocean Gross. I set up hundreds of events like this before for my clients. When we go to film for them, we set up an event venue, we film the content, and we record and roll it out over the next 6 weeks. So that's how I know this works, and it can work for you as well. All right. So step number 1 is you need to plan the event. First off, what is your industry? So if you're a gym, we've already done that. But if you're an accountant, let's say you have a strategy that's specifically focused on reducing taxes by 50%, and that's your spiel. That is your topic of interest. Then you can go ask ChatGPT the exact prompt that I asked. What is my target audience struggling with? And how do I solve them as an XYZ, as an accountant, as a gym owner, or as a nutritionist, whatever that may be for your local area. And after you've identified what you're going to present on and the problems that you're going to be able to solve, that's going to allow you to create your marketing material for it. Now, you could set a time and a place. Generally, anywhere from 2 to 6 weeks is the perfect lead time for you to be able to tell people, hey, this is when I'm going to give my presentation, but also allow yourself enough time to market and set it all up. Now, 2 hours is definitely the perfect time that I would do, depending on your skill level in presentations and your ability to capture attention, the quality of your audience. There's a lot of things that go into it, but generally I'd say 2 hours is perfect for you to start off with. Now, if you don't have a venue, let's say you have a brick and mortar location, that's perfect. If you have a venue there, if you have a space that you can use to present, that's the perfect solution. But if you don't have this, then it's going to be a little bit more difficult. You can search venues near me or offices to rent near me, and you can find a space where you can host that event that offers a room for enough people. And then step number 2 is you need to promote the event. Find a ticket system. I like Eventbrite because it's very simple. Everyone has it. And there are tons of there's tons of ticket solutions out there that you can use as well. Now, the best methods for marketing this event, first off, is your email list. If you have an email list, and if you have not started one, you need to start one. That's the number 1 place that I'd start. I'd send out a couple messages over the next few weeks, as in you can't just send it all at once. You have to be marketing to them constantly. Otherwise, it's weird to just blast them in the middle of nowhere. So make sure that you're doing email marketing. Now, if you do happen to just, hey, this is the first email that I've sent in a long time, great, then do that. But it's generally better to have this list warmed up. Now, paid ads is the next thing that I would start doing. And you can see here's an example of, hey, are you looking for strategies to level up your 2019? Obviously, is a little bit of an older one. Then come to our event, 20% off of passes for a limited time. That's perfect. That's really good, especially if you're maybe putting $5 a day to this just in your local area about whatever your niche is. That will turn out really well. Local flyers also work really well. So let's say you have a brick and mortar location, put up flyers. If you have other people, if you have partner businesses, that's perfect as well. People who are adjacent to you. So let's say you're a real estate agent and you want to work with a bunch of other people who are mortgage lending. That's an example of a partnership. You can even invite your competition. Actually, it's kind of a flex if you invite your competition because you're the one giving the event. And of course they want to know what's going. So they're going to show up, and it's good to make connections. It's really good to make connections like that because, it's not as much competition as you might think. If you're actually making connections, you can become partners. You can find out things. You may be even able to consolidate and make more money together than if you were just competing. And also influencers, micro influencers in your local area. That's amazing if you have those people would shout out. Generally, they're pretty inexpensive and they're going to be able to boost your event as well. Now, number 3 is you need to make sure that you get good audio and visual equipment. If you have a smartphone that was made in the last 2 years, as of 2023, that's this year, then that's pretty good. If not, DSLR is the second best way to go. The Sony Alpha ZV E10 is $800. That's a great option. And then the mic system, I really like the DJI mic. It's $350. 100% worth it. Highly suggest it. Very easy and simple to use mic. However, the best option is to hire professionals like me who will go out there and actually set up this event for you and film everything and make sure that everything goes over smoothly. But that's the basics of how you would just be able to record the event to be able to set that up. Now, number 4 is you need to set the event. Make sure that you set a time that will work for many people. You can ask questions if you're not sure what time would work for people. Maybe it's after work, maybe it's lunchtime, whatever it is. And then you need to go through your content plan that you made by asking ChatGPT earlier in step 2 saying, hey, what is my niche? What should I be doing? Then that's what you should be going through as an example. That's your content plan. You need to make sure that's printed out and that's with you to in the event. You have all your talking points, and it helps if you have a sort of a document that you can give out people. So like, let's say there's a PDF. Hey, you get my free PDF guide of the system that I use if you come to this event. That's an example to entice people further. If you want to know who does events right, Grant Cardone 10X conference, go look at that. The way that he does that event's fantastic, and you can market your event similar to that as well, except for maybe not so big the first time. And then you can upsell at the end. So at the end, you say, hey, would you like to coach? Not only are you going to get money from ticket sales, you're also going to get money from the upsells that you get. And by the way, money appears out of thin air in these events. It's actually insane how much people are willing to spend when they've sat and spent time with you at these events. It's pretty crazy. So exclusive to event attendees only, that also helps. So if you put that in your marketing, or at the end you say, hey, this offer is only available to event attendees only. Long term is best. So like, let's say it's a 6-week program, you can charge more money for that, and it's a longer program, which you can have a higher price tag, which will of course raise the amount of money that you can get now today. And it's also best if it's recurring, if you could find a way to get to your customers to charge again. So let's say obviously it's a fitness program. Well, people are generally not going to be done with fitness. So you can continue charging for that coaching, or let's say you have taxes or something like that. That's obviously a recurring service as well. And then invite them to the next event. So ideally you have your next event set up in something about 3 months from now or longer. And you can do something very similar, because oftentimes people don't need to be taught, they need to be reminded. We all know how to eat healthy. We just need someone else telling us how to eat healthy is an example of that. All right. Number 5 is you need to edit all the content. Now you have all this. It is so much more than just subtitles, because if you send an editor 2 hours worth of footage, they're going to wonder, what do I do with this? Even if they're kind of okay, or maybe they've done a few clips before, it is not the same. You have to understand what gathers attention and how is it that you can make a video go viral, because it's so much more than just adding subtitles to the whole thing and posted it. Anyone can do that. But if you make it in little bite-sized pieces, or even better, you put it into smaller 5-minute clips, that also will work for YouTube as well. But you have to have an editor who knows what they're doing, like us. It's not just subtitles. You have to know, okay, this track is really good. This sentence that he said, I'm going to put that in the front because that was really good. And then I'm going to put the rest of the content here because that was really good. But you have to have someone who knows what that looks like, because it's all about the audience, not necessarily about the person who filmed it. And make sure that they have a proven track record. Make sure that they have videos that have gone viral in the past, so you know that their editing is legit and it's not just someone who's lucky and maybe has one. And then you all just repeat from the beginning.